Hi, I'm Jessie. I'm a food stylist and chef in New York City, and today I'm in the Gourmia test kitchen with my friend Calder, and we are testing out one of Gourmia's new appliances.
In this episode of Cooking with Gourmia, we're going to try out the Turbo Smoke Cooker. It's a pressure cooker smoker.
We're making a barbecue brisket.
Jessie, I'm so excited to try this thing out because barbecuing is near and dear to my heart. But it can be really hard if you don't have the space or especially the ventilation. So not only does this provide authentic smoke taste, forget liquid smoke, you don't have to add any of that weird stuff. You throw the chips right in there, it's self-contained, it won't bother the neighbors, you won't get any weird phone calls, and instead of cooking that brisket for 12 hours, it'll cook in an hour.
That's pretty incredible.
I'm pretty excited. Let's do it.
All right, tell me what we're doing here.
All right, so we are going to apply a rub to the brisket, a very standard rub. We got hot smoked paprika, light brown sugar, mustard powder, garlic powder, onion powder, a little cayenne, and some ground black pepper. So Jess, go ahead and add all those rub ingredients to the salt.
Okay.
Give those a little mixy. You know what, I'll mix them up with my hands while you cut the brisket.
Okay, perfect. So just 3 pieces so it fits in there.
Yeah, we just want to nestle it nice and snug in there, and that whole piece won't fit in the Gourmia Turbo Smoke Cooker. Not slow, smo.
And this is about a 3-pound brisket?
Yeah, so
right?
that should feed like 8 to 10 people, no problem. All right, so we got this rub, and why don't you just go apply it like right on there and get it really in there. Like that's gonna be our flavor.
Okay.
Besides the beef and the smoke, that's really where the barbecue flavor comes from.
And it seems like this would be a really good time to use the Gourmia Marinade Express.
So the Marinade Express, from what I understand, increases your marinating time, something like 200, 500%. Something that will take overnight, marinates for an hour, because it uses this action where it rotates and circulates the marinade.
And it vacuum seals the flavor.
Vacuum seals out of any air. What I love about this recipe we're doing right here, you can do this with pork shoulder, you could do it with chicken, you could do it with chuck, any sort of like meat, lamb, any meat that really needs to get broken down. You know, that long barbecue, slow cooking, breaks down all the sinews and the tissues and just makes it melt in your mouth. So, you have the dry rub on. We could use the Marinade Express, but instead we're just gonna let that sit for an hour and apply it right to the smoke cooker. So Jess, before we put the brisket in there, we're gonna first have to put some water in there, because that's how we get the slow cooking action, or the smoke cooking, the pressure cooking action. So then we're gonna take some wood chips that we've been soaking for 30 minutes at least. And this is very important so they don't burn. They need to smoke, not burn. Put them right in this little handy dandy convenient thing. This little pouch that takes the soaked wood chips. You only need like 3 or 4, there's not that much room.
Okay.
So we'll get that in there. Throw the top back on. Boom, and then you can just place the brisket right in there.
Okay, so let me nestle this right in here.
Nestle those guys right in there.
Perfect fit. I'm gonna go wash my hands while you move on to the next step.
You do that, Jessie. All right, so we'll throw the top on. Make sure it's locked tight. Turn it to pressure cook knob right here. And then Jess, look how easy this thing is to turn on. So it's on, it's plugged in. You press smoke, and then the plus sign to make sure it's a hot smoke. Smoke again, and then you just press the plus sign until you get to the timing you want. And like we said, this is only gonna take an hour as opposed to the 6 to 10 hours that a brisket can sometimes take.
That's incredible.
It's incredible.
There's no feeding the charcoal or the wood or anything.
The chips last in there, it circulates the smoke while this pressure cooking happens, and you get that delicious, smoky barbecue flavor without the hassle of going outdoors, bothering your neighbors, waiting so long. Boom, in an hour, you know, only the space of like 3 or 4 beers as opposed to like 12 or 16 on like a long, you know, if you're cooking outside.
Yeah, you just set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it. So let's clear what we have on our island right here and bring in the ingredients for a cabbage slaw that's gonna be served with the brisket sandwich when this is ready. So we have some shredded purple cabbage.
You know that I love purple cabbage.
You love it, you like it for the color, but you also like it for the flavor, right?
Yes. So I'm gonna make a really simple slaw, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of apple cider vinegar, like 2 tablespoons for this amount of cabbage, which is about 2 cups, and a little Dijon mustard.
So no mayo in this slaw?
No.
So it is kind of healthy.
It's kind of healthy, and it's just a really bright, acidic flavor because the brisket has a lot of delicious fat.
It's as simple as that. It's just like a nice mustardy, acidic slaw.
Exactly.
Oh, that's great. Simple as that, nothing else, just mustard and vinegar.
Right. It's almost a pickle, or a quickle.
It's a quickle.
Yeah.
It's a smoked pickle.
So it will really balance out the flavors because the brisket has a lot going on. It has that delicious dry rub that we put on it and all that smoky flavor. So this will just cut that a little bit with some brightness.
So Jess, this has been cooking for about an hour. We're gonna release the pressure gauge. Ooh, look at that, steam, pressure cooker.
So all of that steam was in there and that pressure is what was making it cook so fast.
So we've let all the steam release. Now we can unlock it and voila.
Oh my God, that smells amazing.
You normally get this from cooking on a Weber or a smoker for 6, 7, 8, even 10 hours. And this was done in just 60 minutes. So we're gonna take it out and land it in this bowl right here. 3 pieces, the 3 pieces you cut to make it fit nice and snug in there. And this, if we look at the wood chips, they're barely even smoked. Like that's how amazing this thing is.
Wow.
Like, look at that, they're still moist from the soaking that we gave them. Let me put this away now that we're done. And we're gonna slice these things for the sandwich. And we made our cabbage slaw, very simple cabbage slaw. It was a quickle, nothing but vinegar and mustard. And we're gonna slice these bad boys up and we're gonna see how moist they really are. So Jess, you tell me, but you're always supposed to slice against the grain, right? And the reason you do that is so the beef, oh look at that. It's so soft and tender. Ooh.
Looks so good and it smells incredible. It smells so smoky and delicious.
This is enough for about 2 sandwiches. We have plenty of leftovers for when our friends come over later.
All right, and I'm gonna get a little bit of barbecue sauce on these buns.
Yeah,
what do you think?
You get those ready. My favorite parts are the fatty pieces, like the burnt ends. What's the best barbecue you've ever had, Jess?
I don't know, in Austin, Texas, I had some good barbecue.
What's the name of the famous place there, Franklin?
I didn't stand online and wait for that. But
How did you miss the line? Everyone stands online.
Even Kanye West, I heard.
Kanye West had to stand online with his pregnant wife. Okay, so we're gonna make these sandwiches, place them up. I'm just gonna use my hands. There's no ceremony here, right?
Oh my God, it looks so good already.
So good. I wish you guys could smell this because the smell is really what's making it special. All right, so those are 2 sandwiches.
Okay, I'm gonna put on the slaw and the pickles.
Look at that beautiful purple coleslaw. So excited.
All right, and let's get some pickles on there too.
Gotta have the pickles.
You gotta have that sort of tangy,
Yeah,
salty flavor
that
on
counterpoint to the fatty brisket.
And I think this would be great for chicken, for pork. You could put anything in here, right?
Anything that marries well with slow cooking. I gotta try that. Is that cool, Jess?
You gotta go for it.
I'm gonna jump right in here. Tender and juicy and smoky and the flavor with the coleslaw. Jess, so good.
Do I need to try it?
You need to take a little bite.
I think I need to cut mine in half, so. That was a pretty serious bite. I don't know if I can...
It was a serious bite, and this is a serious sandwich.
So delicious. The smokiness is like, it's a total game changer.
It's a game changer. It's like you're at a barbecue restaurant.
Yeah. Living in New York City, I had totally given up on creating authentic barbecue flavor.
But with this thing, you can totally mimic that flavor inside your apartment on your countertop. So this thing right here, the turbo smoke cooker, it's a game changer. It saves you the time, it saves you the hassle.
You don't have to go all the way to Texas. You don't even have to leave your apartment. We made this delicious barbecue brisket right at home. Hi, I'm Jessie. I'm a food stylist and chef in New York City, and today I'm in the Gourmia test kitchen with my friend Calder, and we are testing out one of Gourmia's new appliances.
In this episode of Cooking with Gourmia, we're gonna try out the Turbo Smoke Cooker. It's a pressure cooker smoker.
We're making a barbecue brisket.
Jessie, I'm so excited to try this thing out because barbecuing is near and dear to my heart. But it can be really hard if you don't have the space or especially the ventilation. So not only does this provide authentic smoke taste, forget liquid smoke, you don't have to add any of that weird stuff. You throw the chips right in there, it's self-contained, it won't bother the neighbors, you won't get any weird phone calls, and instead of cooking that brisket for 12 hours, it'll cook in an hour.
That's pretty incredible.
I'm pretty excited, let's do it.